When it comes to food safety and preparation, a lot has changed in the last several decades. Though you may not remember defrosting meat on the counter all day, your parents probably do, and unsurprisingly, that's not the recommended technique today.
What is it, Cynthia? What is it?
Giblet gravy and sliced turkey!
Although some of these busted myths from the good old days might be inconvenient, they're likely keeping you healthier. Here are some of the things that people believed about food 50 years ago that just aren't true today. Got raw milk? Though we eat plenty of foods in their raw form, milk shouldn't be one of them.
I see you're drinking 1%. Is that because you think you're fat? Because you're not. You could be drinking whole if you wanted to.
The risks of consuming raw, unpasteurized milk outweigh any potential benefits you might get from it, since along with any good bacteria comes other harmful bacteria. E. coli, salmonella, and listeria can lead to life-threatening diseases. Because raw milk can potentially harm children, the elderly, and those with compromised immune systems, it's even been banned for sale in 30 states. So while milk might do a body good, raw milk might not.
Thanks for hanging me out to dry there, Madison.
Stuffing that bird. Everyone remembers Grandma's turkey fondly, unless you are one of the unlucky ones to get sick from the stuffing inside. We know now that the required temperature to kill bacteria lurking deep in that cavity is 165 degrees. But just because your meat reaches that temp doesn't mean that the middle of the stuffing has also. To be safe, bake your stuffing in a separate dish outside of the turkey. Or just go with a good old standby.
Chicken's almost done, now it's time to make stuffing. Stovetop makes it easy, just push a little button. It's stovetop stuffing for your microwave oven. Yeah!
Overcooking the pig. Grandma's food is under attack again, and this time it's the pork. But the shoe leather that resulted from the 160-degree recommended safe cooking temp wasn't her fault.
What exactly is in this dish?
It's a Sunday roast.
Decades ago, parasites were prevalent in pork, but today, since meat typically runs parasite-free, we are able to enjoy tender pork cooked to 145 degrees. Sudsing up the chickens. This debate has raged on for decades, but evidence shows strongly in favor of not washing your poultry.
As you can see, this is my baby.
The idea behind washing raw chicken and turkey was to rinse off any bacteria that might be present. But the good news is that in order to kill that nasty bacteria, all you need to do is cook it. This successfully avoids any cross-contamination in your kitchen and keeps everyone safe, except the chicken. Netflix and cookie dough. Streaming may not have been around 50 years ago, but raw cookie dough sure was. And while we've been told repeatedly that mindlessly spooning gobs of the stuff into our gullets is bad because of the raw egg in the dough, it turns out the egg isn't the issue.
We'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can, and then, to finish, we'll snuggle.
Thanks to pasteurization, the risk of getting sick from raw egg has diminished. So what are we looking out for now?
Flour!
Yep, flour. New research has shown that E. coli can survive in dry environments like your pantry. But if you gotta get your fix, go to the pros. New York City's dough heat treats their flour, so you can safely indulge in your guilty pleasure. Calorie counting for dummies. Negative calorie foods encapsulated the idea that you can eat unlimited quantities of certain foods because you're burning more calories eating them than they actually contain.
I have eaten asparagus. I understand asparagus. I will now be the asparagus.
But unfortunately, these foods don't actually exist. Even for so-called negative calorie snacks like celery, which does contain calories, the difference between caloric value and consumption still puts you in the plus column. Also, you're eating celery. You deserve better. Nuking those nutrients. The microwave was once thought to zap away precious nutrients from your Brussels sprouts, but microwaving vegetables is actually one of the best ways to retain all those vitamins. Because of the short cooking time and meager use of water, the nutrients remain. And hey, if you're gonna eat broccoli, might as well get the most bang for your buck. Burning off the booze. If you still think that alcohol burns off during the cooking process, you might want to grab that rum ball away from your kid. Studies show that as much as 45% of the alcohol can remain in a dish that's simmered or baked. Something to keep in mind the next time you're reassuring your guests that your coq au vin is alcohol-free. We got the meat. Once upon a time, leaving meat on the counter to defrost all day was normal. But these days, safer options include defrosting in the fridge or microwave. That's because bacteria quickly multiplies at room temperature, and while the outer layer of your meat defrosts, any bacteria on that surface will start growing faster. By the time your meat is defrosted, you've potentially grown a whole bacteria colony on your counter.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Mayo for the masses.
Name something you take on a picnic.
A blanket.
Potato salad.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
Did Lewis?
Okay, we're gonna go with potato salad.
Ever witness a potato salad that's been sitting out all day? Just because it's been happening for years doesn't make it right. Today's guidelines say that perishable foods that require refrigeration should not be left out for more than 2 hours. And that window goes down to just 1 hour if the sun's beating down at 90 degrees or more. If you can't get to the potato salad fast, stick to the chips.
What's wrong with you people? Why won't you eat my salad? What am I dirty? I'm a dirty person. I shower just like you.
That's all, yolks. It has long been believed that egg yolks cause high cholesterol. But there's good news for everyone who's been missing those yellow insides.
There is no better start to the day than eggs for breakfast. Except maybe eggs with a side of
Bacon.
Eating foods that are high in cholesterol, like egg yolks, does not negatively impact the blood cholesterol of a healthy person. In fact, studies show you can eat an egg a day without increasing your risk of heart disease. So there's only one thing to do.
What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Thanks for watching. Click the mashed icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.